as you guys did the last one. Thank you. Losing a round in Counter-Strike can be one of the worst feelings when playing a game, especially if that round in particular leads to your eventual defeat. A round loss can feel even worse when you consider the way you lost.
Chat.
It's a 2v5, you and your teammate are left.
For me, this video is very interesting. CSGO's many ways of losing because I don't lose. And this is interesting for me to see what some of you guys are doing in CS, you know? AKA losing. This will be very, very insightful for me.
With no
Let's have a
util.
look.
Okay, you're not expected to win that round, so it doesn't feel that bad. But now let's say you're left in a 3v1 against somebody with 17 HP and you manage to lose the round.
Simple, of course, trying to push it through. And it's...
And against Nitro.
I'm with you.
Where?
I wouldn't quite call it the config knife. Oh my, still only a 17. And smoke's down. He has to get around them somehow. Looks toward the car, and he gets it through the window.
You're left with a series of emotions that can be hard to shake away for the rest of the game and can lead to you losing an entire game. Now, me and you, when we lose a game, the only thing on the line is our rank and maybe our mental health. But for a professional, these losses hurt the most when you have tens of thousands on the line. Add on top of the fact that they have face cams that help show every emotion of a player, they too can become overwhelmed, which can lead to some of the toughest game losses.
Ooh, they're gonna show definitely the Nico Nuke incident.
I think we can all agree that one of the worst ways to lose a match is when the other team comes back. Imagine at one point you're up 12-0 in an overpass match. The other team gets 2 rounds, but you end the half 13-2. Probably thinking, no way we can lose this game. And then you keep losing. Round after round after round. Eventually you make it to 15, so now you know you can't lose the game just yet, but you don't even want to think about overtime. The other team's at 7. 8 chances to close this out. As you can probably tell already by the footage, this is exactly what happened to Team Vitality in the quarterfinals of IEM Katowice 2023. Team Liquid were able to pull off a near impossible comeback, winning 19-17 in overtime.
Around here, Apex, first contact, bomb gets away from them.
Oh my god.
Means he's rotating in with a pistol. Naf should have this one in the bag. Naf should have this fight locked in, and he will walk it over the line. Jet Saiwu out from the heavens. A 1v1, it's Nafly, the backbone of Team Liquid, trying to take it over the line, trying to win this in OT, and Naf with that switch.
What is that quick switch,
And while
bruh?
Vitality were able to win the second map, Nuke, Liquid would ultimately advance to the semifinals, sending Vitality packing home. The comeback is something that haunts the back of every great player's minds. Literally think of any player and they probably have had some crazy comeback made on them. Kenny S, ESL 1 Cologne 2015. Pasha Biceps, E-League Atlanta 2017. Even great minds like Glaive get comebacked on. ESL Pro League Season 10. And do I even need to bring up Kerrigan or Nico? Now that's not to say that these teams or players are prone to choking.
There it is.
Vitality clearly have gone over this slump and have gone on to win the last major and IEM Rio 2023. And have even performed an insane comeback of their own against FaZe the next tournament after being down 1-14 at one point on Anubis. It goes to show that one comeback is not the...
That was the game when Nikita did the mate outfit bet, right? Where?
end of a team, and the best ones will always be able to bounce back. While losing to a comeback hurts, what also hurts is losing a failed comeback. All that energy, all that time you just spent trying to claw your way back from the bottom was for nothing. It probably hurts more than losing to a comeback, to be honest, because this time you're on the receiving end, and you're probably thinking that if you were going to lose anyway, you may as well have done it early on instead of wasting an additional 40+ minutes in a game that was going to yield the same outcome. If you play and face it, you probably know the feeling of making it to overtime, just to miss the mark right at the end. Losing in 1 overtime is bad enough, but imagine losing after 5 overtimes just like FaZe Clan did against ENT at IEM Dallas. ENT weren't dominating FaZe by any means, but at one point they were up 13-9, clearly in favor of winning the match. FaZe took the lead 14-13, but ENT managed to secure map point first before Kerrigan pulled off a fake that helped kick off overtime 1 out of 5, in which the two teams put on a contender for match of the year.
Once again gets a massive multi-kill, and it is Loki who thrusts himself into the clutch. Loki, he knows you're in his temple, you're in his home, and he is going to look for you. Oh!
Multiple clutches from both teams, multi-frags coming from either side. They practically played 2 whole games of Counter-Strike on 1 map alone, and this was already after hours of playing 2 previous maps, so both teams I would imagine are mentally exhausted. Their IGLs have probably exhausted their scrapbook and are just freestyling it every round. The game is built up to this round right here. Round 57, FaZe on T side, they are beginning to take over the A site. Kerrigan picks up Nerds, but then Ents are able to quickly respond by killing 3 of the FaZe guys. 2v4, Rain and Rops left on the FaZe side. Rops is able to pick up the 2 players on A, evening out the odds. Bomb goes down, and Rain eliminates Snappy, turning a 2v4 into a 2v1 in favor of FaZe. 28-28, this round could be the deciding factor either side needed to end this game. Senpai is left on his own. He finds Rops, and before you know it, it's a 1v1.
No.
Rain tries to use his flash to blind Senpai, but he's able to dodge it before it even pops, and
Oh my god.
just like that, ends practically ended the game right there, as FaZe wouldn't win another round after this. A tweet made by FaZe's captain shows just how bad a loss like this
I freaking suck.
can feel, but thankfully his buddy Twist was there to remind him that CS is a team game, and
That is a sussy tweet.
that he isn't to blame for their losses. Although FaZe were able to push it to overtime, in the end, ENCE were the better team, and they would continue their strong form the next day, sweeping Mouse 2-0 in the finals to win the whole thing.
The only tournament that ENCE won, by the way, like with this lineup, you know, they were in 7 grand finals of S-tier tournaments, and they brought home a single trophy, I Am Dallas, which was 100k for place number 1. Jesus. EPL Pro League, $1 million tournament, grand finals lost. Most recently, Gamers 8 lost, $1 million tournament. Where? 7 grand finals, 6 of them lost.
Losing a round to a full eco can be one of the most tilt-inducing ways to lose a round in my opinion, because on paper, you should never be losing full ecos.
Cologne.
Pistols against AKs, Glocks against Ops, and a full team of utility. You can't lose this round.
Fires off
Surely
the shot,
not.
and it's actually missed his second
Oh,
as well. So
no.
they are running him down. Yeah, Roy. Oh, wow.
No,
they get a
no.
plant. They get a plant.
Not just that. They have an orb. They have the
Yeah,
sight.
Crucial could actually hit one more. Oh my god, he has! And Fnatic, they lose it. It slips through their fingers. It was supposed to be 15. And instead, into the breach, pull off a miracle.
That is ridiculous.
You hear it by the casters' reactions. They themselves are even stunned that Fnatic lost, which should have been an easy lineup down banana. While Fnatic won the map, Into the Breach would respond by going on to beat them on the next 2 and becoming the first UK team to ever make the playoffs of a major. Their eco loss may not have contributed to the overall game, but being able to win rounds like that gave Into the Breach the confidence needed to eliminate Fnatic. Let's look at another example. Big vs FaZe clan at the ESL 1 Cologne 2018 semifinals. FaZe were still using Croman as a stand-in, and after just winning Belo Horizonte the month prior, on paper it looked as though FaZe were going to have an easy matchup as compared to Big. FaZe were just the better team, but Big fought hard, sending map 1 into overtime. They lost 19-17 on Dust 2 before
That was the Buckland tournament, or?
beating them out 16-13 on Train. Inferno is now to the deciding map, and after 2 close matches,
No.
you expect another one to close out the series. But no, Big run them down in front of a home crowd, finishing the game 16-6. They picked up a full eco win of the 3rd round.
Six. Next finds the first. He's following it up. He's pushed back through, and now Smooya trades off. But don't get carried away just yet. It's still a 2 versus 2, and Croman controls the situation. So FaZe should be able to control it.
1v2.
Especially with God being no armor, just to see Zed. My God, did that get chaotic?
No
there.
shots.
Fully the defeat, and Godby can still win this one. He's got the UMP now, Matt. This should be
Oh
absolutely absurd.
my
He's got the
God.
Dinkin. He has the advantage here as he encroaches on Croman's position.
And you can just tell by the look on Nico's face how mad he is that they even lost the round. FaZe goes on to lose 5 rounds in a row and ends the half with only 3 rounds in the bag. Inferno for FaZe in 2018 was like their own personal hell of never being able to win on it. While
Damn.
Big fought their way into the grand finals, they unfortunately weren't able to win in Cologne, but the crowd still loved them regardless. Now, losing in front of a home crowd is something that a player like you and I won't get to experience, but for professionals, I would imagine losing in front of a crowd is one of the worst feelings that you can experience. It probably stings even more if you lose through a combination of what I've just mentioned. For any crowds, Team Liquid's constant L's in New York was just painful to watch.
Still very much in the round. Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace?
my God.
Oh my God! Chris, the Wolf of Wall Street gets it.
I was at the 2016 event, and I remember watching them beat Fnatic to advance into the semis, just to lose against Navi after being up a map. 2017 rolls around, and I'm back at the Barclays with my brother, and this time, Liquid have made it to the finals. I don't even think I stood around the entire day, because Liquid was just getting bodied left and right.
12-0?
Sort of a little bit of fight on overpass, but geez. Nico dropped one of his best ratings ever in this event, and even though Liquid managed to reach finals twice in playoffs, each time they came to New York, Liquid were never able to
Bro, what is that jersey? Jesus. Plus wearing Spider-Man t-shirt.
reach the finish line. By the time ESL even come back to New York, Liquid won't even be a majority NA team anymore. But at the very least, Evil Geniuses managed to win the last time a New York
Sonic!
event was held back in 2019. One of the worst home losses the game has
Okay.
seen yet has been both times at IEM Rio. Now, despite what you might think of the crowd, there's no denying the Brazilians have a
I saw that. I saw that. But Simple gave one back. Oh my god, they're all doing it.
Brazilians have a passion for the game. So when Furia were showing good form during the early stages of the major, it was almost like the stars were aligning for them during their run. They managed to make it to the playoffs 3-1, but in their way was the toughest challenge yet.
Do it,
Navi.
Simple.
While this wasn't the
Nine.
major winning lineup of the last year.
This is where the legendary picture originated. I have to pull it up. Jamie, pull up Simple showing middle finger. Simple.
They come back and wonderful.
Ah! Holy! That's the goat right there.
Navi were still in good standing.
Oh
and
shit, bro! Simple looks so aware there.
Simple was still doing what he needed to do. But when he was faced with an entire stadium up against him, Furia capitalized and managed to advance into the semis. Just wanted to sidetrack for a moment and showcase round 24 on the decider map in Mirage. A 4v4 post-plant situation on the A site quickly turned into a 2v1. Furia's player Safe manages to quickly pick off Electronic, and now he's in a 1v1 against Perfecto, one of the best riflers in the world.
Oh god.
Look at the scoreline. This round is important for both teams. If Navi wins, this gives them the perfect chance to come back to the game, as they would have crushed the momentum of Furia and the crowd. Let's watch what happens next.
Another must-win round from the bottom performing player of Furia. Over the stairs.
Oh god.
After Perfecto kills Safe, you hear the heartbreak in the arena. You watch it in the crowd's face, but miraculously,
And that's what he's known for. That's the
Oh no! Bro, that shit was
No
crazy.
he won the clutch. The bomb defuse was right
on.
there.
I want more S tier CS, bro. But we will never have it again. Only S tier CS2, you already know.
He didn't have a kit. A feeling I know we can all relate to. Losing
We still
around.
got IM Dallas. We still got EPL. Those are CSGO's last biggest 2 tournaments. I'm ready.
All because there just wasn't enough timer left on the clock. Look at one of the Furious players' faces when he realizes that they just won the round. They know what this means at this point. They're destined to win the match. But they were never destined to win the major.
And Blast World
The
Finals.
next day, Furia would be matched up against the Danish team Heroic, led by their charismatic and outgoing captain, Cadian. After a convincing 16-6 victory on Inferno, it looked as though Furia's Cinderella run in home soil would continue into the grand finals. On map 2, Ancient, Heroic were even up 15-5 before Furia won 10 straight rounds in a row to make it to overtime. The crowd was fueling them up, but unlike Navi, Cadian and his team don't crack. They secure an overtime win and they go on to dismantle Furia on Nuke 16-5. Just listen to the crowd during the later rounds of Nuke.
Top they walk.
Oh my
That
god!
one is going to clutch this one out.
There's no way. Just breaking all of their hearts. The ace clutch from Stone. That is superb. The superstar goes super.
They're dead. There was no hope for the comeback, and to make things worse, when they came back the second time earlier this year, they lost again to Heroic, and again, they were up a map. They made it less far in the tournament this time, getting eliminated in the quarterfinals versus the semis during the major. And while Heroic didn't win either time, they both earned the respect and continue to haunt the Brazilian fans. Let's talk about losing to just pure skill. I mean, there's nothing you can do against a Prime device or a Prime Nico or that random dude on the other team who's auto-muted and is
Males! The random dude who's auto-muted. That's my boy, bro.
always dropping 30 bombs every day, and it's just somehow always in the other team.
That's my boosting
At a
sound
certain
right there,
point,
bro.
you
That's
can't
my
even be
driller.
mad about it. You just gotta admire it. And then there's losing like G2 in Berlin.
Device lurking
Hello,
in ramp
Amanek.
room. Wait,
He's the only one with the kill.
Oh,
What are they doing?
no.
They're not finding the bomb. No.
no one's
No, no, no.
defusing. Oh,
There could be
please God.
absolutely no way.
This can't
no.
be real. Oh,
No, G2.
holy sh!
Or CLG versus Red Reserve.
15-12, they win out the series in a 2-1 fashion.
Huh?
It was lengthy, but it was.
No.
Oh, there was no time.
No!
Or talking about Kerrigan earlier, the classic.
The bomb pass can take 5 seconds alone. He's gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan just gonna charge him down.
Oh,
He's gonna miss
oh,
quite a few pistol shots.
oh,
Can he? Yes, he
oh
can.
my-
Kill! Kerrigan should not have put that.
Oh my god, 1 HP!
Crashes the round.
There's so many emotions that come with winning and losing a Counter-Strike match.
Oh
Nobody likes
my
losing, but
God.
everybody loves the high of winning. The toughest losses make or break teams, and no matter who wins or loses, at the end of it, both teams are going to be back next tournament trying to see who can win it all. Much like us, where no matter how much we lose, we need to queue up for one last match because you can never end the night on an L.
True. What? Bro, what is that ending? Nah, Gango, bro, that hit me out of nowhere. Jump scare ending, holy shit. Chat, what a video though, no? That was nice. That was nice. I enjoyed that. The Star Killer guy, up and coming. Peng! You already know. Hey, boys, leave him a sub right freaking now. Boom, I'll sub. Peng, you already know, bro. Jesus, that was nice. That was nice. Let's make him happy once again, bro. Or, like, you know, suck. If the last video had 55k, let's get this to 100k. Peng. Jesus, that was nice. That was very, very nice.